Okay, we should be live. That's my blanket you're seeing. Um, this is going to be short, but I got to share something with you. I've been sitting here talking to the Lord. Not feeling good today. I got a terrible migraine. That's why my voice is very quiet. But I was sitting here talking to the Lord. I, like you, start questioning. I start questioning, God, are you going to use us for sure? I mean, are we, have I done enough? And, I mean, I was even on the verge of crying last night. It's amazing, this spirit that keeps coming against us. And the Lord spoke so clearly, and I had to come live and tell you right away. He said, I remember I sat here and I said, Lord, I just want to make sure, that I want to prove to you that I'll be faithful with little. I want to make sure I'm doing a good job. And I said, these nightly services, they're taking their toll on me, but it's helping people, Lord. And I feel you want me to keep going. And I said, I just need to know that um, I'm doing what you want. I'm going to be going forward, from here. And he said, I can't remember exactly what I said, but he said to me so clearly, he said, you're relying on your ability, not mine. He said, on your own, you can do nothing, but you can do everything through me. And I was just like, you know what, Lord, you're right. We're sitting here questioning ourselves, our abilities to be used for his glory. But he said the reason you're allowing yourself to get discouraged or, to be beaten up by your enemy is because you're relying on your ability to get you there, not mine. If you're relying on God only, he said, then you can do all things through me. So if you think by your small bit of being faithful is going to get you to higher places in God and you're going to be able to, move mountains and all this, if you're doing it on your own ability, you can't do anything. So of course you're discouraged. But if you're doing it through me, who has all the ability to do all things, and my will be done, then you have nothing to fear or worry about. All it's going to take is an obedient heart and willingness. And I thought, you're right. Am I being obedient? Yeah. I'm doing these services every night, no matter how bad I feel. I've been praying half the morning because I've gotten almost no sleep. I'm so nauseated and sick between the exhaustion and the headache. And I'm like, God, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. I'll do it anyway. That's obedience. That's dedication and loyal to the Lord your God and whatever he's asking you to do. If you're doing that, like he said to me the other day, he said, why would I use you so mightily and bring you through so much just to leave you and not use you? It doesn't make any sense. Common sense, guys. And I'm thinking, Lord, I apologize. I'm this human part of me. I want to be reassured by my Father that I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, Lord, right? I'm still on the right path, right, God? Because we fail. I could not pray last night for the life of me. I could not concentrate. I could not sleep. I go through this every single day, fighting exhaustion, fighting pain. And because of my neck injuries, I've had at least 4 severe whiplashes or more. I could barely, they start aggravating or getting going, and I can't function. But God, in his great mercy, guys, is letting us know this is not just for me, this is for you too. And I got something else to tell you, because a lot of you aren't going to service, but service that we get just a few hundred. But the services are so powerful, guys. And last night he showed up over and over, and I can't possibly, thank you, B. I can't possibly redo all the words that because he just shows up. But he, this is for all of us to let us know, because he can see how discouraged we're getting. And the exhaustion doesn't help. Obviously, it's real hard to think with a straight head when you're so exhausted you can't think. I can't handle any light right now. So I'm sitting in as much darkness as I can to keep the pain in my eyes down. But this is it. It's not us It's not our ability that gets us to that place with the Lord. It's our willingness and obedience that gets us to the higher levels in God. He's the one that brings us there. He's the one that opens the doors and shuts doors. He's the one that gives us the gifts and the anointings. He's the one that died so we could do what we're doing now. All we have to do is just obey and stop questioning our ability, because it's not us. You. I don't know what that person just said, but anyway, okay. And the other thing, for those of you who aren't going to service yesterday, I shared a word the Lord gave me yesterday morning. I was in prayer and worship, and okay, I'm trying to read a message. Sorry, guys. I was in prayer and worship yesterday morning, and suddenly I kept asking God, "What's on your heart, Lord?" And at first he didn't say anything. And then I kept praying and worshiping. And then I said again, I said, "Lord, what's on your heart? What can I tell them?" I said, "So I can help them." And he said, "Brace yourselves." And I was a little blown away by that, but it's been confirmed. I don't listen to other people's words and prophecies. It just it's not a good idea. Plus, I don't have a lot of time, but he said to brace yourselves. So let me say something about that. When he said that, he reminded me of the roller coaster. It's going to be like a roller coaster ride. But he will be there with you the whole way. And the main thing he's been talking about last night, he showed up so much. The main thing he's talking about is go into your chamber and get one-on-one with God. Take this time to grow ever so close to him, remembering that he has you in the palm of his hands. He will take care of you. He will protect you. You've got to walk by faith. You've got to be obedient. This is huge to him right now, is repenting in obedience. If you won't obey him, how can he use you? Okay? Like I said, it's not in your ability that you do anything you do. It's in his. But what it is in is your obedience. We can do that. Okay? So the more you want to be used by God, the more obedient and surrendering yourself to him. And he said last night, when you go into that chamber, when you go into that secret place with God, that you have a chance to right now more than ever, don't bring the world with you, because it's a place of holiness. You are on holy ground. And so he mentioned Esther when she went into her chamber for about a year or over a year. You know, of course, she adorned herself because she was with an earthly king. He does not want us to adorn ourselves. Not because it's a big deal, you know, how Pentecostals and all them made it such a big deal. It's not that. It's because it's still the world. It's vanity. It's putting on things of the world. Yes, you have to wear clothes, obviously, but it's not the same. It's a psychological thing, okay? So that when we go into that secret place, do not adorn yourself, men included. Don't adorn yourself. Just go in your vulnerability to the Lord, surrendering all in prayer and fasting, and surrendering all to him in obedience, praying more throughout the day, having more time with him, because the closer you are to him, the stronger you will be when things start happening more and more. Okay? So just giving you the words he's given to reiterate that is to brace yourselves. You're not alone though, so don't be frightened of this. It's a warning to go pray. Last night's service, I shared some things from other people. So if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to. And the second thing is one he just told me now when I was sitting here talking to him, trying to just rest to feel better. And he said, when I said, I want to make sure that I'm pleasing you, then he said, it's not in your ability. You're going by your own ability and not God's ability. It's kind of like the same thing when he said before, don't lean on your strength, lean on mine. Okay? So don't lean on your ability to get you to a higher place than him. Lean on his ability to get you there. All you got to do is be obedient. I hope this encourages you guys, because it actually made me feel like a weight lifted off. Just be obedient. When you know that you know God's telling you to do something, don't say but. All right? Don't put your will above his. That's easy. Just say, okay, God, you know what? It's not about me, it's about you. He'll take it from there, okay? I love you guys. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time. I'll see you there.